welcome to the Noon Whistle. Here we are. It's another great Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm with a couple of important people here because, well, Dustin's back from spring break and he wasn't here last time. So go ahead, Dustin. I'm going to warm you up. Let's get right to it, back from spring break here.
Yeah, well, today we have a great guest, two-time Noon Whistle appearance member, fellow Rotarian, amongst a whole bunch of other things. Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're here, what you do. Give us a rundown.
Sure.
Why are you here?
Yeah. The call was put out and I answered. No, I'm happy to come and talk about. I'm a little bit about myself. I'm CEO of the United Way of Walworth County. I also serve on the County Board of Supervisors here, Rotarian, as well as in the Lake Geneva JCs. I sit on a couple other boards. Just civic engagement is one of my personal priorities, and also one of the reasons why I'm here to talk. So
you missed county board.
Yeah. No. County board supervisor. We're doing that too. Elections tomorrow, so make sure to go out and vote, everybody. Oh, today airs on Tuesday.
Today.
Yeah. Okay. So why I'm here to talk. I think there is a opening right now for all of us who are paying attention to rekindle inside of ourselves help and care for our neighbors. And that's really why I'm here. I deal with the nonprofit network here in the county, and I see the tremendous effort and services that people are doing on a daily basis to help our neighbors. But I'm seeing right now that there is a time and a need for all of us to see what we can do to help each other, and then therefore help ourselves.
Well, knowing you and being friends with you for quite a while now, you have a life of service. Like the things Brian does are service, and I'm sure helped land you being the CEO of United Way and all the things you've done with United Way. But I don't know, do people really understand what the United Way does? Like what does we know of the United Way? We've seen the commercials, we've heard of it, we know they do good things.
Sure.
But what do they do in Walworth County? Yeah,
I'm happy to talk about the organization. I'm very lucky that I get to have my life of service now reflected in my career, which I'm truly blessed to have that.
And you're good at service. Right?
Thank you.
Very good at service.
Hopefully seeing that big picture. That's what I think, seeing that big picture. And that leads into the three different pillars of what the United Way does. The first one is funding. We do internal fundraising. That's probably the thing that people are most familiar with. You'll see us for the fall campaign, the thermometers, our spring fundraisers, which we'll talk about coming up. You can give money to us. We then do grants to nonprofits. The extra layer of accountability you get there is that we're vetting that money. We're vetting those organizations. We're holding them accountable for what they say they're going to spend it on, and we're making sure it's getting directed equitably throughout the county. That's important. The second one is just helping smaller nonprofits that maybe don't have the staff or are all volunteer channel state and federal grants. Find ways to get through the bureaucracy that exists in a lot of things. You could have an idea with a friends that you want to open a food pantry in your garage. There's a lot of steps to go between wanting to have something to help and then actually getting through that. So we can help with that coordination.
So with that second pillar, if I wanted to start a nonprofit or someone had a small nonprofit, they could reach out to United Way and say, how do I get this going? What do I need to do?
I grab my pitch packet off of my desk and I head out. There's a lot of real concrete steps to go through to do that. But I encourage the creation of new nonprofits all the time.
That's good to know.
There is a ton of people that have a personal issue or are motivated to help in a very specific way in a specific place. There are people probably doing that already in other places that can be mentors and guide them. And it is just anybody who has that instinct, you'd hate for the thing that stops them, their momentum, and slows them down is bureaucracy or red tape or permitting and stuff like that. So we'll definitely help with that.
So you don't just help people, you help people that want to help people.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last aspect of that umbrella, the third pillar, is just the umbrella itself. The nonprofit network, if I'm trying to pay attention to the whole, is seeing where there are gaps in services, there are things that are not done, there are people falling through the cracks that could be helped. I want to be able to go to that network and with credibility and trust say, here's an area that maybe we should look at expanding your scope of services. And I need them to believe me, to trust me that I'll be a partner in that expansion, and then have some of that fundraising dollars that we have too to back it up. So that's the grand vision there. And hopefully, we were saying this beforehand, when resources are lean and things are getting a little bit tighter, that coordinating aspect becomes more and more important because we're finding efficiencies in services that we're already providing.
Brian, do you, to help everyone kind of connect the dots a little bit, do you have some like great examples or some success stories in the past that you can think of?
For new nonprofits, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if she wants me to do that. Well, of course, I'll talk about Step It Up with Stesha. She's here in Elkhorn. She was providing these aerobics classes. She had a specialized clientele. They were doing it with money from their business, giving personal scholarships. Somebody had mentioned to her, try to get connected with the United Way. I came in, I said, if you're providing all of these resources and scholarships to people for free, you're already connected with your clients. If you were to run a nonprofit in conjunction with your for-profit business, separate those things, get your tax deductions for what your business is donating to your nonprofit, be able to inquire about tax deductible donations for people who wanted to give you equipment, etc. It's a lot of paperwork that sometimes people are intimidated by, but if you can help people get through it, maybe you're one extra piece of gym equipment or 2 extra sponsored scholarships that can really help just, again, a local person who is already doing good, who already had a vision, find some of those efficiencies to make sure that it wasn't a burden on their business,
Sure.
but it was actually, helping them find clients.
And that the service can continue.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great example of United Way being a great resource. And I think when we think of United Way, we think of help with, I don't have a place to live, or my car broke down, I don't have a way to get to work, or food, or things like that. But I know you talk about, there's some other things that maybe aren't like consumable or in front of us.
So tangible.
That's an important connection to United Way and what you do and what your nonprofits do.
Well, it's a bit of a nuanced concept, but I know your viewership can handle it. So we'll get.
They're smart.
We'll get right into it.
Yeah, our viewership, man, they're super smart.
If I think of just the county, let's say, because that's my whole network here. Just the population as a whole, there's trends, and we'll call it social well-being. If things are tough, if we're dealing with fuel price increases, or we're dealing with a national tragedy, something happening that creates, we'll say, a malaise in general, the thing that gets us out of it as both Americans and society has always been this civic connection, our ability to have recreational time, get together in groups, church groups, recreational groups. You guys know about the importance of team sports, these things that create connections in society. This is so important. Service clubs, we'll all sit here and talk about the value of participating in service clubs. When things are hard, those activities are some of the first things on the chopping block, both because they cost money and they cost time, and time is money. You need to find a time to interject to stop that cycle. That's a literal slippery slope, is that if I'm not doing well, it's affecting my mental health, things are tight, I'm now going to cut back on my activity. I can't make it to church this week. I can't make it. We're going to have to drop out of that softball league. Those things cascade. They affect all of us in a way. And I'm not suggesting that we go to people who are struggling and tell them they need to have more fun or be more engaged. It can be tactless. But what we can do is derive personal satisfaction from ourselves, and this is my ethos too, in helping other people. If you can find it within yourself to help other people, you are giving yourself that that little bit of therapy, that self-therapy, that feeling that makes you feel good when things might not be as bad for you, but it certainly helps. And again, it's not an easy concept to get out there, but when I'm feeling the most worn out, and it's hard sometimes to take that first step out the door, I do it by making sure that I honor my commitments to volunteer, to go to that charity auction or that bingo night or something that's on my calendar that would be really easy to skip and stay home. But you never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to talk to and who might need something. And if I have the capacity, I want to be there for other people because that's what makes me feel good.
But who might have similar problems? It reminds me, someone once told me you get more from giving than getting.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty simple statement, but when you do, and when you serve, and when you do a volunteer project or a fundraiser, you really do. You really walk away going, that was good.
Right.
That was good. We, our group helped people, helped someone.
Yeah.
And you might realize that there's other people not far off from you.
Yeah.
In the way you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Which also helps to know that, there's other people that are going through this too, or having the same thoughts. And so, really good
I know
advice.
it's not going to help, and it's isolation.
True.
And it's just being stuck with your own thoughts and having somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna find that sounding board without going out there. So the people out there who have the capacity, maybe haven't thought about it in a while, maybe some things have fallen on the back burner and you haven't been engaged. This is my call to action. Re-engage, do something for yourself and for other people, and we could use it right now. And you'd be surprised, just the ripple effect of what a couple of people going out and trying to make a difference can do on giving other people the capacity to pass that on. And I can see that in the network, the nonprofit network in the county, and it's just we could use some. We could use some right now.
I think your approach, I haven't heard you talk about this before. I think your approach is really amazing in that it's just not raise money, give, raise money, give, raise money, give, but get involved. And we have people that just don't need things. We have people that need just a pick-me-up, socialization, whatever that might be, in order to get the other stuff going.
Sure.
And I think that's a great approach.
Just because you don't need one of the services that they're providing isn't an excuse not to be involved in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I can give some examples of that, but it's good. Find time, especially if you know someone in your family or your friends, or if you ever utilize one of those services.
How long have you been
forward.
the CEO of United Way?
I started in June of 2024. So it's been a year and 9 months now.
So you're coming up on that 2-year.
Yeah. Yep. This summer will be 2 years.
Well, you've been very active. Very active. You got a lot of things going.
Yep.
You're on, radio all the time, and we're hearing about the United Way.
Good.
And you're out.
I'm lucky I get to do some of that stuff. We hired our first employee in November, which has been wonderful. Lisa Crollo came and is working for us now. She is the senior projects manager, and she's managing CNET, which is our community connections network. It's kind of exactly what we've been talking about in some ways. We're trying to find families that are kind of on the edge of serious crisis, and to do early intervention with multiple nonprofits coming together. It's this blending of coordination, channeling resources, and then that kind of warm handoff that United Way represents in a single point of service organization. So we're very happy about CNET, and today isn't the day, but sometime I'll come in and tell you all about it.
That's a whole nother one. That could be visit 3.
Sure.
Visit 3, repeat customer.
Yep.
So we have the phone number up there for the United Way. If I'm someone that I don't know where to go or who to go to, obviously, we're fortunate in Walworth County. Human Services is great. Can I just call you and go, I don't know where to go. Here's my problem. Here's what I'm facing or I'm going to face. And can you be that resource?
So 211 is an excellent resource.
Okay.
211 is the 24/7, 365 hotline. United Way is the facilitating organization of 211 in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay.
So United Way Walworth County, we don't have a localized call center, but we contribute funds to Impact 211 in Milwaukee. They handle the call volume here. That information, the resource guide that the Treehouse helps put together or puts together and other organizations support, is going to be just an amazing source. Anybody can call at any time. There's an app as well, especially relevant for our educators in the audience. Giving that app to your students can be super useful because they might have something at home. It will open it up. You can search by category.
Okay.
We have food insecurity. It'll open a list of the food banks, their phone numbers, hours of operation, location. You can connect right with like Dial a Ride or the Walworth County Connect in there to get a ride. There's a lot of things. So I really recommend 211 as a resource guide.
Okay.
We're kind of the if you go through that process and you weren't able to get where you needed to go, give me a call. And,
Okay.
and then if specify that you've gone through the system. But that's if you're in need of resources. If you're wanting to help, we are always in the market for really good board members. I mean, we're in a place where we're a working board. It's not just show up to a meeting and vote yes or no, but somebody who kind of has that similar ethos. That's who I'm looking for, that wants to buy in, that understands that community connection, and has some capacity within their weeks to spend some time on United Way stuff.
All right. Did you hear that?
And they should reach out directly to you.
Yes, yep. There's an application on the website. They should give me a call at the number on the screen. Yeah, we're really looking to find maybe 2 or 3 more people before the end of the year. So that would be great to have some people come on board.
All right, out there, if you have some time and some talent, give them a call. Join in and help the cause.
Do we want to touch on the 25th?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
great.
I think we're getting there. We got to. Thanks for the explanation and sharing all the things that you do and those resources. But we wanted to touch on, you have a fundraiser coming up, correct?
We do. So,
what are we doing on Disco Night?
So this is our second annual, if you will. Our spring campaign is going to have 2 aspects this year. This is the one I'll talk about today. We're going to be at Grand Geneva on April 25th at 5:30. Tickets are available on our website. It is not just your standard sit-down speeches charity event at Grand Geneva. We wanted to be a little bit different, a little bit action-focused. So it's themed around events. So when you come, obviously dressed in costume if you want, expect to have a good time. We're going to have
I might still have a leisure suit in my closet.
yeah, I figured you will. We'll get you a nice wig. I'm going to get one too. We'll get that big hair going. We're starting with some live music. We're going into a magician, and then we're finishing with a DJ. There'll be dancing, food, but also stuff that you can do. So the fundraising aspects is we're going to have a jewelry box with a marquee item. You'll be able to say purchase a key to the jewelry box, and the winning key is going to open it for you. We're going to have like this vase filled with disco balls. I can't tell you how many because it costs a ticket to guess.
Okay.
If you guess how many in there, you're the closest, you're going to win a prize. We're going to have a photo booth, a 360 camera. We're going to do a dessert dash, which is, I don't know if you guys have seen that. You get together with your neighbors, you bid on how many tickets you get. The table or the group that bids the most, you're going to get a specialized take-home dessert from Grand Geneva. Okay. So something to take home. So we're going to try to have 50-50s, a heads or tails. So really some of the more fun aspects of going to those charity events, we're going to try to cram them all into one really fun night and keep people moving around and entertaining and talking to each other.
I can't wait to see this costume and the 360 camera and busting out your moves on that. That'll be that'll be the next background on the next Noon Whistle.
Good.
I've been doing a flexibility program, so I'm feeling pretty good about
it. Good.
Do you have to buy tickets ahead of time? I was trying
to. There is limited capacity in the room. It certainly helps us ahead of time. If you forget, you can give me a call or shoot me an email. We'll get you on the guest list and you can pay when you get there. We certainly don't want that to be a barrier to somebody coming. But tickets are going fast. Last year we had some available at the end of the year, but we were overlapping with purple and gold, which was not a good decision. So this year, no excuses. come on down to Evergreen Ballroom at Grand Geneva on April 25th. Tickets
All right.
available on the website.
That sounds like a great time. So get your tickets early, get them often, and
Bring your friends. It's going to be
yeah,
fun.
bring your friends, and make sure
Dig
you're
deep in those
I
closets.
was just say, yeah. You got me thinking.
Dig deep
now.
in your pockets.
Yeah.
Dig deep in your closets.
Yeah, because I think I got a couple of shirts that the collars are like they come down to about here. Right? So
Perfect. Yeah.
So yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I wasn't born yet.
So like, did someone, was John Travolta going to do a stop in or no? Did he cancel?
He's got a very busy schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you tried.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. Great.
Every year we'll get a little bigger.
All right. Well, get there. Get your tickets. Get there. It'll be fun. And on that note, we got anything else? Or
Yeah,
we
just let me thank you guys for having me in and being interested in the United Way and the nonprofit network and doing your part as well to help make our community a better place.
We love talking to you. We'd like to have you back a third time, I think.
We'll talk about CNET.
Yeah, Dustin and I will vote after you leave today, but I think I think you're okay.
All right.
All right. Hey, thank you. See you guys. Thanks for listening.